talked about winning the game of success. I'm going to give 25 people are going to win this. We're going to announce the winners today. We started a contest last week. Hi there, Matthew, Timpson, Sandra. Hello, Valinda. If you can hear me and see me. Grace Reynolds. It is possible, you say, Danna. Shalom, Manishma. Hello, Annette. Hello, Valinda, Danna. So is it possible to win the game of success? I believe it is. Many years ago, my first mentor, I had my book up there. My first mentor said, you can have it all, John. Now, I said to him, but I don't know how to have it all. I don't have anything right now. He says, well, that's because you're not thinking the right way. He says, and you're certainly not doing the right things. So do you think that by doing the right things and focusing on the right process, you can achieve greater success? So let me ask you a question. What do you think the process is to win the game of success? What are the components of it? I shared 3 last week. I've got 2 more this week. Like I said, we're going to give 20 winners, okay? We did a challenge last week, and it was called I Am Up for a Challenge. How many of you participated in the challenge? And I see Vanessa, you think it's possible to win the game of success? And Helen, you think it is possible? What is the process? Do you think you should be focusing on the outcome or the process? What do you think is more important, outcome or process? All right, so let's get into this dialogue, because everybody's focusing on obviously health and wealth and relationships and career and business and charity and fun and experiences. So I see that Angela says process, and hello from Hong Kong. Focus on outcome, right? So you focus on outcome. I got some of you saying outcome. Some of you say process. Cheryl says doing the right things at the right time, in the right order, Cheryl. So Nicholas says start by making your bed in the morning. Yeah, that means you're going to have a clean, nice bed. But the discipline is right on the money. So a lot of you are saying process over outcome. Process over outcome. So I'm fascinated with this topic. So last week, I discussed the process of how it works from a neuroscience perspective. Everything that I teach is based in neuroscience and neuropsychology, right? And so I'm going to share with you the process. I'm going to give it to you end to end today. But I'm only going to do this if I get some likes and some loves right now. So those of you that are on, give me some likes or some loves. Tell me, John, it's great to be alive on a Tuesday. And then we'll get right into it. So when we're dealing with the noggin, your brain, okay, your brain, if you think about your brain just a little bit differently than you do, I always say that there's the Einstein part of the brain, and over there's the Frankenstein part of the brain. Let's see, there's the Frankenstein part of the brain there. And so when we're dealing with your brain loves clarity. So the first thing you've got to do is give it clarity of where's the destination. It's kind of like, when you go to the website to choose a destination you want to go on vacation on, you start off with the destination. Now, once you have the destination called your vision, and it's clear of where you want to end up, that's the first part of your brain. And when you can use your Einstein brain, the left prefrontal cortex, to choose where you want to go, and you get it clear, what most people don't know is that your brain is a deletion and distortion organism, which means what? Once you lock in on something, it deletes or distorts almost everything else. And since we are doing what? Deleting or distorting 99.9% of all incoming information, guess what happens? When you lock in on your vision, that is step 1. Step 1, lock in on the vision. So how many of you have a clear vision of what winning the game of success looks like for you? By the way, I'm giving away 25 of these today. We have people that have been part of the I Am Up for a Challenge hashtag. And we're going to announce a whole bunch of wizardry for you today. DVD, or you can buy it on Amazon if you want for $18. But I'm not going to make you do that. I'm just going to give it to 25 people who have been playing. So vision first. How many of you have a clear vision? I have my vision so clear. I have a book for it, right? I have my vision board. This is my working copy, right? So my vision board. By the way, look, This is the body I'm working on getting by the time I'm 70. I'm not 60 yet, but there is the body that I'm working on for 70. So I have a vision, very, very clear-cut vision of my lifestyle, my body, etc. But then I also have all of my charity, contribution, AM rituals, PM rituals, habits I will reinforce, financial. I have every one of my categories in my life clearly written out so that I know what the vision is like for each one of them, right? And auto lean, I'm also working on 6-pack at 60, 6-pack at 60. So vision first. So once you have a vision, you've activated, okay, the occipital lobe part of your brain. You've activated the motivational cortex of your brain. You've activated the nucleus accumbens and the insula, which sits or spits out dopamine, which makes you feel good and gives you the motivation to actually do what you need to do. All right, so vision first. Second, can anybody guess what the second piece? I'm going to give you all 5 pieces that you need right now. All right, all 5 pieces. All right, all 5 pieces. So second piece, can anybody guess what the second piece is? All right, type in what is the second piece. Let's get going. It's not motivation. Nope. It's not thought. Nope. No. All right, no. Oh, there we go. Kev says, take action. All right, come on. All my Facebook friends and all my Instagram friends, participate. The more you participate, the more fun I have, right? So the second part is goals. So your brain likes to work with goals. So let's say your vision is out there, whether it's a year or 3 or 5, out there. What about some goals for 30 days? What about something that you can actually see progress being made? What happens to most people? Hey there, Evan Carmichael, I'm back. What happens to most people is they have a vision of what they would like to be. And in most cases, it's not even, clear. So you need the clarity first, but goals. Where will you be 30 days from now? 9 months from now? 6 months from now? Where will you be? What are some goals that you can actually start to see? So vision first, goals second, right? So goals second, all right? So let's say you have a vision, okay, to earn $100,000 and the lifestyle that it will give you, the charity you can do, the time off you can have, the experiences and fun you can have with your family. That's your vision and how it feels. That's your vision. But then a goal would be that in 30 days, I'll be making $5,000 and I'll be paying off $500 of my credit card. That's a goal. Vision, long-term, goal, short-term. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, type it in. Now, why do most people not set goals? Now, they may have goals in their head, but they also have 50,000 other thoughts in their head, so their brain doesn't give it any priority. But when you have your goals, okay, in your head, but also written on your computer or on a document that you can laminate, that you could read it, when you have goals, right? Now you're giving your brain the specific instruction of a time-bound event. By blank date, this, and this is the goal. So vision number 1, goal is number 2. Does this make sense? How many of you have goals but they're not written down? Do you have goals and they're not written down? Like seriously, do you have goals and they're not written down? And the question is why? And I'll tell you the answer. Number 1 answer, actually there's 2 reasons. I'll tell you the 2 reasons. By the way, if you just joined, we're giving away 25 of these for the I Am Up for a Challenge that we started, okay? This is my DVD that Gaiam did, professionally produced at the Gaiam Studios. And I have 25 I'm giving away sometime today. And my team will be putting up some names that we chose. I can share with you, look, we have the names. I've got the names, I've got some notes for myself, but I got the names of the winners. Are you one of the winners? And we'll be putting down these names and we'll be shipping them out to you. And you will have a phenomenal little program. So what are the 2 reasons, all right, that you do not have written goals, okay? So not written down. No, Angela, what's the reason you don't have them written down? Who can tell me? Hi there, Erica. Erica, thanks for posting all the great stuff you do on Instagram. Love it. So what's the number one and number two reason why most people don't like to put their goals down, on paper? Okay? Okay, a vision is a vision, Angela. Goals are goals. Okay? Why don't you write them down? Why don't you take the time to write it down? Here's my vision. Here are my goals. Come on. This is little audience participation time, right? So the reason most people don't write it down is because of fear of failure. That's number one. If I write it down and I fail to achieve them, then it's going to kick in reason number two. Ready for reason number two? Can anybody guess what reason number two is? And it's not procrastination, Barbara. Procrastination is an effect of number two. Right? All right, so what is the reason? What's the reason? What's the reason? What's the reason that most people do not write it down? So number one is fear of failing. If I write it down and I fail, then what does that say about me? So now I'm protecting my self-image and self-worth and self-esteem. But reason number two is disappointment avoidance. It's called disappointment avoidance. From a psychology perspective, it's disappointment avoidance. I want you to stop whatever you're doing other than typing and pay close attention to what I'm about to say. This is a game changer when you understand what's going on in your brain. Okay. We will do more to avoid disappointment and discomfort. Let me repeat. We will do more to avoid disappointment and discomfort than we will to change. We will do more to avoid disappointment and discomfort than we will to change. We prefer to master disappointment and discomfort than to master change. Did you hear what I said? We will do more to avoid disappointment and discomfort than we will to change. And we prefer to master disappointment and comfort, our comfort zones, than we do to change. Why? Brain wants to conserve energy. Your striatum has got all your habits in there. All your habits run automatically. It's part of your automatic self, your default mode network. So when your default mode network is being challenged to change, it takes energy and effort. And guess what? Your brain doesn't want to do that. Your brain wants to conserve energy. So what do you have to do? You've got to start off with a vision of what you want. That is using Einstein. Then you've got to set some goals on where am I going to be? Where am I going to be? You have to override your brain's propensity to want to remain the same and keep you in your comfort zone. It's biologically millions of years, maybe billions of years of evolution. 108 billion humans have walked on Earth. And guess what? You are not going to be very much different than other people. Why? Because all brains work the same. So we need vision, goals, and I told you why most people don't want to set goals, right? Is because they're afraid of disappointing themselves or their family or others, and they're afraid of failure because then it affects their self-esteem, and then they feel like they're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. All of this, master this, you master your life. Don't master it, it will create a victim mentality of that. So, who wants to win the program? 25 of these. We're giving away Winning the Game of Success. We picked a whole bunch of winners. Alan, if you are watching, we've had a contest called the I Am Up for a Change or Challenge contest. Alan, why don't you put the first 12 winners up right now? I'm just giving instruction to my team. We're going to get your address and we'll ship it anywhere in the world to you. All right? Boom. So number 1, vision. Number 2, goals. Number 3, you don't have a big enough, fill in the blank. Somebody fill in the blank. You don't have a big enough. You don't have a big enough, fill in the blank. What is something you don't have enough of? All right. What is something you don't have enough of? Okay, from a brain perspective, right? We're talking a little bit about the neocortex, the part of your brain that can think and create some plans of how to achieve your goals. But there's another part in the middle of your brain, not the brainstem, but between the brainstem and the thinking part of the brain, right? In the middle, there's another, that's the second layer of how your brain developed. We had the brainstem for instincts. Then we had another portion of the brain that connects to the thinking part of the brain. We choose goals with the thinking part of the brain, but it's the middle part that's kind of like the thing that motivates. Oh, Ben Vanek. Ben Vanek hit the nail on the head. You don't have a big enough reason why. You don't have enough big enough reason why. So when you don't have a big enough reason why you must achieve your vision and your goals, then you lack motive for action, otherwise known as motivation. Motivation is lacking not because you don't have the desire, it's because you don't have a big reason why you must. You might have a reason why you'd like to, why you should, why it would be nice, why it would feel good, why it would be nice, to do that. But if you don't have a big enough reason why you must achieve your vision and your goals, your excuses are going to be bigger. Your fears will be bigger. Your self-image will be bigger than your goals and your vision. And guess what we have to do? Hi, Sandra Brooks. What we have to do is we have to be bigger than the obstacles, the problems, the fears, the frustrations. And if you don't have those three parts of your brain working, okay? If you don't have those three parts of your brain working, the left prefrontal cortex, or the two parts of your brain right now, and the neocortex, okay, the limbic system working, then you don't have all members of the band playing on the same team. So what you want to be doing, all right, is focusing on the vision and the goals, and then ask yourself this question. Ready? Why must I achieve the vision for my goals? Like, why must I? Right? Why must I achieve? By the way, for any of you who want to go deeper onto this, Alan on my team, do me a favor, put a link up. There's a training that I did on how to manage fear and uncertainty in tough times. If any of you are feeling fearful and uncertainty in this chaotic time, there's a free training. I'm going to give you this in a link below. I'll give you free access. It'll show you a lot of what's going on in your brain around fear and uncertainty and anxiety and stress. And for those of you who want to go deeper into that, I'll also introduce you to a program called Winning the Game of Fear if you want to go deeper into this work so you eliminate fear forever. So my team will put a link on that. So vision, goals, and a why. Vision, goals, and a why. So if you have your vision, goals, and your why, that's part one. Now let's talk about part two, okay? Part two. Can anybody understand? Oh, we're going to put the first 12 winners of this up right now. So it's Adele Zadie. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you the names. Adele Zadie, and some of you may know this. I have a private Facebook community where we give away free courses and free programs and videos. It's called Achieve Even More. And if you want to be part of some of our contests, just go to Achieve Even More on Facebook. Click on join. My team will let you in. It's a sell-free zone, a zero promo zone. I do a lot of, we put a lot of stuff in there, and this is where we launch a lot of our contests, and members of this free area get to post all of their answers. So Adele Zadie, Angela Rosine, Anisha Parveen, Christina Lean, Eva Janekova, Heba Ganem, Holly Maxwell, Jackie Barkdahl, hey Jackie, Jackson Andre, Jaquila Zafire, Amy Smith, Juan Valdez, and Kajal Kavita Nadan. Those are the initial winners of this, all right? So anyway, I'm giving you a lot of stuff today. So vision, goals, why? Let's go to the next two, okay? What about beliefs? Beliefs. So now you have a vision somewhere out in the future. Now you have goals somewhere in the future. Now you have a reason why. What about your belief? What if you have a vision and goals and a big why, but you believe that you're too young or too old, or that because of coronavirus or anything else you can't, or because you're too Asian or black or white, or because you're just in high school or you're retired, or you believe you're not smart enough or good enough or worthy enough. What if you have disempowering beliefs, even though you have a vision, goals, and a big why? What happens when you have disempowering beliefs? In the brain, okay, in your brain, we have two types of beliefs. There's what we call our declarative beliefs, which is a belief I can declare. I believe that I'm good enough. I believe I'm smart enough. I believe that I'm worthy. I believe. That's you, consciously saying your beliefs. But you have something else called implicit beliefs, which are wired, okay, in the subconscious mind. Which beliefs win? The ones that we verbalize consciously, declare, or the ones that are subconscious, non-declarative beliefs, the ones that just operate automatically. Which ones win? Conscious or subconscious beliefs? So if you have a belief, I'm worthy, but you have a belief in the back of your mind, but I'm too young or too old or too Asian or too black or white, which belief wins? Right? So which belief wins? Conscious or subconscious? So if you have the conscious part right, but you don't have the subconscious part right, subconscious always will win over time. Now you could override a belief and use persistence and willpower short term, but that's like gunpowder, right? That's like gunpowder. And gunpowder just lasts a very short period of time. And what you need to do is create new wiring. So you have to create beliefs that match the vision and the goals. You have to create beliefs that match the vision and the goals, all right? And when you create beliefs that match the vision and the goals, now you have motivation again. Now your foot comes off the brake and your foot goes on the gas. So if you have beliefs, then what's the fifth piece? What is the fifth piece? Beliefs, right? So everybody is in agreement, subconscious is stronger. All right. Do you like these sessions, by the way? If you like these sessions, give me a like or a love. It's hard, for me to see all of your feedback, but I could read some stuff. So if you give me likes or loves, then it lets me know that you're paying attention and you can hear me. And that's great. So once we have beliefs, then how do we ensure that we win the game of success? And again, we're giving away 25 of these today as part of I am up for a challenge. Hashtag I'm up for a challenge. Right? So beliefs, then what we also need is to have the right habits. Habits. Where are habits? In your brain. Are habits conscious or subconscious? Where are habits? Are they conscious or subconscious? Okay? Are they habits or are your habits conscious or subconscious? Right? So I think you all understand that you and I operate 95 to 97.8% of the time based on our habitual patterns. Why? Our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and behaviors that have been repeated for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years create this neural network as part of the striatum in the brain. And that striatum's responsibility is part of what we call is your automatic self, your default mode network, your way of being automatically to conserve energy and just repeat patterns without thought. Now, do you have to think about brushing your teeth and how to do it? No. Do you have to think about how you get dressed? No. Do you have to think about how to sip from a cup? Do you have to think about how to eat? Do you have to think about alphabet or what 2 + 2 is? No. It's all part of your subconscious mind. So part of the success process is you've got to develop empowering habits that match the vision and the goals. Because if you don't, then you're using conscious effort. And when you just use conscious effort, it lasts for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 instead of a habitual way of being. And that's why some people achieve success and then they lose it. They don't achieve success, and then they work really hard using conscious effort. So we want the vision, the goals, and the why as the conscious part, but we have to have the beliefs and the habits as the subconscious parts of what we need in order to achieve our goals. Now, there's one other piece to this, all right? And before I give you this other piece, for anybody who wants to join us, I'm going to give you a free on-demand access to how to manage fear and uncertainty in tough times. So if you're experiencing fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being embarrassed or ashamed, or ridiculed or judged, or fear of disappointing yourself again and you're not taking action, I'm going to give you a link to this killer training, and it'll blow your mind on how to access your genius so you can overcome your fears. Okay, so Nick says, yeah, develop empowering habits. I will not let fear control me, says Debbie. Developing empowering habits. Great. Automatic pilot. You're right. Yeah. All right. So you're all pretty smart here. Okay. So there's also one other little piece that we want, and I've only got about 4 minutes left. So let me do this. Let me choose I'll give you this one other piece, then I'll let you know who the next 13 winners are. So the other piece that is required for the brain, there's a couple other pieces, I'll give you a few of them. So you need the vision, the goals, the why, the beliefs and the habits, but then what you need to do is plans, right? What are the plans to achieve the goals? Now, if you go back to where I started early on, I said your brain is like, an orchestra. There's different members of the orchestra or the band. Your job is to get all of the members working together. So when you have what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve it, what you need as well is how are you going to achieve it. Most people don't take the time to figure out how can I achieve this goal. And they allow the I don't know part of their brain to override the I'll find out how. I'll hire a coach, I'll read a book, I'll get a course, I'll partner up with somebody. So you need to have the how, and with the how, you also want to create any leverage points. So the leverage points are, how can I use some technology? How can I be part of a mastermind group? How can I get somebody to coach me? So when you come up with how, with leverage points to make it easier, your brain says, okay, I could see the path there. When your brain doesn't see the path there, the fear signal gets activated, the stress signal gets activated, it decreases motivation, and then you don't take action. So you've got to just remember that you have a $1 trillion brain. You have a $1 trillion brain. But if you don't know how to use it well, or you don't know how to get it to work for you, success is hard versus easy. So we're giving away 25 of these winning game of success. If you want to know who the winners are, I gave the first 12, and Alan, let's put up the next 13, and I'm going to read them. Juan Valdez, Kajaz Kavita Nadan, who I mentioned before, Kasha Hardik Kamar, Lillian Rue, Maria Angelica Castro, Mike Gordon, Mira Tejo, Monique Lawrence, Fedra Huri, Rosalinda Shumarai, Rogine Sharo, Talitha Poulin, Teresa Stordal, and there is the 25 winners. So if you like this, do me a favor, hit the share button, pass it on. Let's have some fun. I'm live every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock San Diego time, 12 o'clock New York, 5 o'clock in London right now. Share this. I love to, impart some knowledge, wisdom, things that I know work. And there's one last piece that I always talk about, right? And it's the law of Goya, Goya, because it's the magic law. Everybody thinks the magic law is law of attraction, but if you think of the last 6 letters of the word attraction, what is it? It's action. So the law of Goya goes with the law of attraction. The law of Goya is the get off your Assaraf law. Get off your Assaraf and take action. Inspired action towards your vision, your goals, because you have a why that's bigger than your problems, obstacles, self-image, or limiting beliefs. And you have the beliefs, you're developing the habits, okay? And Patricia, yes, you're right. It creates those emotions. The why creates those emotions. And you take inspired action. Share this. High five to you. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you. Appreciate you. Boom. We are done for this Tuesday. And sign up for the How to Manage Fear and Uncertainty in Uncertain Times. It'll blow your mind. I'll give you some techniques to overcome fear. Fear is the nemesis that holds most people back. It's the silent killer. Bye. Thanks. And again, please share this. Thank you. Alrighty, so that was fun, right? I am going to try and save this on Instagram. And so, did you enjoy that? I just love doing that. So much good stuff when you understand how your brain works. It makes it so much easier. Not easy, but easier. Not stressless, but stressless, right? Alrighty, let's see who's here. All right. Thank you for all the likes and the loves. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right. I'm going to go have some breakfast. I had a workout before this, and now it's time for breakfast. So thank you. Bye.